Hello. This little video is intended to help you make the best possible use of Google Scholar to fit your research needs. I'm going to discuss how it links to ISU resources. We'll explore its full functionality and we'll consider a few optimal times for using Google Scholar for your research. Let's get started by going to the library's homepage. You can find it by using the URL library.indstate.edu. Once you get to the library's homepage, from here you're going to click on Google Scholar. This is an important step in the research process, especially if you're off campus, so that Google Scholar will be linked to the ISU resources. That means that Scholar will be searching inside a few of our databases for you. If you're on campus, you can go directly to Google Scholar, but if you're off campus and do that, you won't link to the library resources. Notice here that you can use Google Scholar to search articles or case laws. Case laws are available at the federal or the state level in a variety of different jurisdictions. However, knowing that most of you are here to search for articles, I'm going to limit my presentation today to talking about articles. So let's consider researching the use of culturally responsive literacy instruction. Notice in our results, they're linked directly to full-text ISU sources. We can click on the title of the item, and it often takes us to the publisher's website. Once in a while, it will take us directly into the databases, but it typically takes us to the sponsoring site. If we click full text ISU, we're taken into ISU's databases where we can get full access to that article. And we have the PDF available. I can tell you that every once in a while when you click on full text, you will not get full text. You'll find the article really isn't available. Unfortunately, the electronic resources changes so quickly that it is hard for these links to be maintained on a daily basis. If there's an article you want that you're told is full text but it isn't, you'll have to request that item through interlibrary loan. So let's look at our search and let's find a few ways to make it just a little bit better. We can use Boolean operators to help improve our results here. As our search is set up, every word in this search, every word in this phrase, in this search phrase, is being searched. It's looking for instruction, it's looking for responsive, it's looking for literacy. When really what I want is culturally responsive, because that's a phrase. I want that exact phrase. So I'm going to put quotes around that. And I want culturally responsive, and literacy instruction is also an exact phrase. So I'm going to put quotes around that as well. So I want these exact phrases searched together. And now I've dropped down to about 6,000 results. Having looked through this search, I've noticed that there are results that address pre-service educators. I only want information on culturally responsive literacy instruction in the classroom. So I'm going to use a negative sign to indicate not, to please do not include anything about pre-service educators. And again, that's a phrase, so I've put quotes around it. And now I've lost all of those as well. It's given me some suggestions here how I might improve my search. They have pre-service as 2 words, and it didn't change my search that much. Um, so that will help me improve my search in some ways. The same Boolean searches can be found in the advanced search feature. If I want every word, if I want literacy and instruction searched separately, I can use this box. If I want the exact phrase, instead of putting quotes, if I don't remember about the quotes, I can come to advanced search and put culturally responsive here in this box. If I want at least one of the words, if I wanted instruction or teaching, because those are interchangeable words. I want either one of those words in my results. I can use this box, or I can put in my search box the word or. Here, I don't have to use the word or. In my search box where I'm using Boolean, I would use instruction or teaching. Here, I just want one of these words, either one of these. I didn't want pre-service educators. I can use the minus sign for Boolean in my search box, or I can come to advanced searching because I know there's a symbol to use, but I don't remember what it is. So I can simply use this box. If I know that the article I saw last week had culturally responsive teaching in it somewhere, and I don't remember the rest of the title, I can ask that those words be included somewhere in the title of the article. Otherwise, we want the words anywhere in the article. Quite often, we know someone who is an expert in the field. We've looked at several of their articles. We know that they are the person who writes about culturally responsive instruction, and we want to find out what else this person has written. So I would click on Stephanie Tolliver's name and I would get articles written by her, not about her. I can look for articles in a specific journal, or I can limit to articles for a specific date. The advanced search features really help us, as you've noticed, to streamline our search and get direct and have a better chance of getting exactly what we want. There are other features here on the tab using the three horizontal bars on the left hand corner of the page. I can build a profile here in Google Scholar. This is not my profile. I can build a profile where I collect articles that I've written, and my profile is useful by other scholars who may be searching a topic that they know I research. So they would then click on profiles, and this search was for call out. If anyone I'm following has written something about call outs, then I would have that work listed here. I don't have anyone, I'm not following any profile, so there are no results here for me right now. Another thing I can do here is alerts. Alerts are, and I was showing you alerts just a minute ago. Alerts can be very helpful as a researcher. If I have alerts set up for my own name, I can know when I'm cited in someone else's research. I can also set up an alert for culturally responsive literacy instruction to know when new material becomes available on this topic. And the alerts are sent to you via email. We've looked at the advanced search settings can be kind of important as well. They help you individualize your search features so that you get them, your results are set up as the way that you find the most useful. One thing you might want to do, typically this is the default that there are no citation import links, but I've changed it to show BibTeX links so that I get that link to put my articles into Zotero. If you use EndNote, you can get links to put material directly into EndNote. If you don't want links, you'll probably leave it on the default. But that can be very helpful for you. Another thing is My Library that is very helpful to use. If you are when you're looking at your articles or books and your results, notice they all have little stars here. If we find that this critical review of culturally responsive literacy instruction was extremely helpful, and we're not someone who really prints things out, we don't want to print it, but we want to save it electronically, we can click this star and now it's added to my library along with other materials that I've put in here as well. So it helps me store things electronically. Another feature, there are a couple other features here on Scholar that you may find helpful. There's a quotation mark here, and this simply pulls up citations for us. This can be helpful in some ways. However, these citations, just like any electronic citations, can be problematic. They are not always correct. They may be incorrectly formatted. The page numbers, the spelling may be incorrect. So be careful using electronic citations because they're quite often not correct, not just with Google Scholar, but with any electronic source. On Google Scholar, we can see how many people have cited these articles. Typically, the higher the number of citations, the better the article is considered to be. Not only does it tell you how many people cited this, but it gives you a link to all of the places it has been cited. These can be good places to look for more information, for more articles, for more books. Be careful doing this though, because you may find yourself falling down a hole of using articles written by the same people who may be writing together. Another way to find additional research that Google Scholar provides is giving you related articles. If you found a particular article that is very useful to you, if you click on related articles, you're given all of the articles that you might find useful. This arrow at the end of our results can also be helpful. If we click on this, we see it takes us to the library search. The library search is it will take us, it will show you what libraries hold that book. So these are all the local libraries. If Indiana State had this book in our collection, it will be the first result here for you. Remember, we're logged in, so this knows where you're searching from. They know that you're ISU. And if your library did have the book, it would be the first result. Now, typically, right in this area here, you're given a link to interlibrary loan so that if we don't have the book, you can click on that and it takes you directly to interlibrary loan. I'm not sure why we're not getting that result here. If that should happen to you, if you're not taken to the link for interlibrary loan, you'll simply have to go back to the library's homepage and manually request that book so that it can be sent to you. The book, so this shows you where the book is in other libraries, but this link takes you to the book inside Google Books. Google Books will give you anywhere from 20% to 100% of a book. Sometimes it gives you the exact chapter material that you're looking for. Other times it doesn't. And if it doesn't give you what you want, then that's when you're going to want to look to see if it's available in the library. Those are both really, the cited by and related article links are both really good features to help us with our research. Many researchers do use Google Scholar as their go-to database, and because it uses natural language, it can be very easy to use. The results are layered here very much the same way they are in other databases. For me, it really is a good alternative in my research. I think that we all need to have several different databases when we're trying to be thorough with our research, and Google Scholar often delivers material that I don't find anyplace else. It's my go to when I'm searching for an article by title. And I'll use it if there's a book or a chapter that I just want to look at and it's not available in the ISU library. I'll use Google Scholar to see if I can give me access to Google Books. I think that just like any research tool, it can fill some of our needs better than others. And it is definitely something I use. But if I'm just getting started in heavy research, I typically don't start with Google Scholar. If you do like it and you use it, keep using it and just figure out how and when you prefer to use it, when it works best for you, and when you might want to use something else. If you have any questions about using Google Scholar or any other library research, please feel free to give me a call, to email me, to let me know how I can help you. Thanks.